Aries. Oh, we got a tempting climate for you. This is something that could be egged on by the friends here. Okay. You are the company you keep. Somebody may be encouraging you or somebody that you're connected to play things kind of fast, hot, and loose, not invest in any kind of connection. It's got those vibes of like, bros before hoes kind of energy. It does feel like it's coming more from the masculine. I do feel like in the case of the feminine, where this is being experienced, it may be because of temptation, because of certain male friends that maybe are attractive. And there could be the temptation to just sort of tempt fate a little bit here. I do feel like this is a climate over the next 72 hours where vices are front and center. There's a temptation to go back to the single life for those who are committed, and for those who aren't in any kind of commitment. It may be a time when you're wanting to favor, your friends. You're not really wanting to be tied down. You're wanting to have the freedom to sort of explore what turns you on here. This may also be an opportunity to have like a fling. Might be a flame coming in with an old flame. The old flame could get lit again, all right? If you're sharing this with your friends, they may be encouraging you not to head in that direction. You could have friends who are, the perpetual bachelors, or they're always the bridesmaid, never the bride. And so they're like, no, you don't want to entertain that. It's like misery kind of loves company. It's those kind of vibes. Okay. They may be telling you, oh, come on, just come out, have a little fun with us. It's not going to hurt anything. Come on, you can kind of, step out on your relationship. Okay. Somebody may be dealing with these kind of temptations. Their friends could be goading them on. They may be under some social pressure. Okay. Not to commit. You may learn about this. You could be dealing with somebody that you are in a relationship with that is getting some peer pressure here. It's like a bad after school special here. I do feel like there's a little immaturity that's operating here. Somebody may be at a stage in their life where they feel like life passed them by. Okay. For some, it could be like a midlife crisis kind of energy. There could be a little recklessness involved in this. There could be somebody who's like going to the strip clubs, throwing back a few with the guys. They could be meeting up, with the old crowd. That old crowd could involve an old flame, all right? You may find out about this, or if you're operating like this, you may be found out. Somebody may find something out here that was supposed to be concealed, was supposed to be hidden, might be falling right in their lap and revealing to them what's going on. Oh yeah, look, there's some secret coming out here. This actually may be something that goes ways back too. May go back to last year, sometime around Halloween. There was a little trick or treat action that happened back there. Okay, something's being exposed. Somebody may be finding some kind of evidence here. Maybe you got a romantic partner who's like a super sleuther, or you could be this kind of person. Okay, where you might be looking for trouble. If you look for trouble, you may find it. Okay, you may not like what you see here with the flame in reverse. This may be something that sort of riles you. Okay, you might get angry about this. Yeah, I do feel like this is a case of temptation here. Like somebody's being tempted. But if you look, it looks like there's two that are being tempted here, and it could be because there's some kind of interference. There's some snakes in the grass kind of energy. These could be friends, that are advising each of these people to, break away from each other, explore their options. when actually this may be the kind of action that could elude some kind of happiness. There's some cloudy perception here. I do feel like there's some character at the forefront here. They could be handsome. They could be quite dashing. There's something about the way they dress, like the way they pull themselves together. I think this person has some charisma. They may seem like the answer to all your wishes. This may be somebody that you wished for at one point. This could be an old flame, okay? But there's also something here about be careful what you wish for. You just might get it, you know? You play with fire, you're going to get burned, right? This is a little bit of a devilish character, but I do feel like somebody is tempted to dance with a particular devil again. It's like they're willing to risk the destabilization because there's just something a little magical there. They just want to have that magic moment, this magic moment. Lou Reed, okay? That could really ding for somebody. They may like that song a lot. They may really dig Lou Reed. They may dig music from that period of time. It was a great time for music, I have to say. Great time for music back there in the 70s, okay? Yeah. Yeah, but see, there's something here about, needing to be a little bit aware of getting that wish. What does it bring with it? Maybe it's better to just let something be a memory, okay? Because I do see like there's a little bit of glamour around this situation. It might not be all it's cracked up to be, but I do feel like whatever this scenario is, somebody's promising to like fulfill every desire. But with the lilies here, lilies are about really honoring debts. And yeah, it's nice to remember those magic moments. But at what cost, When it moves beyond just like the fantasy or nostalgia and moves into action, there is something here that could really, leave one with heartburn instead of a heart full of passion. Okay. But I do feel like there's some kind of interference with friends. It's like kind of encouraging someone to risk it all, right? Yeah, they'd love to see you act like a fool and then turn everything in your life upside down. I see that. There's your energy with the Queen of Clubs, okay, coming up in the light. May be willing to risk it all. Something that is really a solid, like committed connection here. Somebody will really want to invest in you, could risk it all for somebody who's just kind of playing you for a fool. Maybe knows you got a thing for them. You'd be best off just letting that be in the past. I mean, I see that here. I do. Or whoever this is that's being tempted, I do see that, both energies are kind of looking in that direction. Okay. I do feel like both people are feeling tempted, by something that is coming their way, right? Coming their way, but it may be a siren that like washes them out to sea. There's a need to exercise a little bit of awareness here, okay? Because I do feel like something tricky is at play. This almost feels like somebody's really wanting a committed connection and the other has been very defiant about that. The other wants to be able to kind of like play the field. And so this might be the person who, really wanted the commitment is now sort of switching that up. They're like, oh yeah, okay, well, two can play that game. Now the person who didn't want a commitment before is like, well, wait a minute, I don't like this funny business. Hold up, come back here. Yeah, they don't want no third party arrangement. Oh, that don't work for them, It's one of those cases, what's good for the goose is not going to be good for the gander here. Oh no, we're not going to have disruption in what we're building together here. I won't take none of it. Somebody's really going to take a harsh stance around that. They're tired of this too. They're tired of all this funny business. I feel like somebody in this situation is tired of it. They're tired of the nonsense. They're tired of the games. It's not funny. It's not cute. It's not a good look. Somebody's too grown to be dealing with this kind of mess, this kind of like competitive BS here. All right. And I think that ultimately, this is like a test of the connection. I do see you being successful here ultimately. It looks like it, with the theory of 11 coming in with that 6 of clubs. But, it's sort of like somebody has to get bonked over the head a few times from being put in the position of looking like a fool because they acted out of their small head than really using their brains, before it kind of gets through. Whoever this is a little thick-skulled, They sort of exhausted all their options. They like went a little bit overboard here. It's like Templeton at the carnival, just gorging, just gorging himself on his vices. And then he recognizes, like, damn, man, I mean, I thought that was going to be more fulfilling than it actually was. And now I lost it all. Tough lesson to learn with discover, learn, and play here. Big, like, fuck around, find out kind of energy. Okay, what do we got here? I do see somebody changing their mind. Changing their mind now that the other is willing to be like, okay, well, I can be off on my own. I can do my own thing. They may have options coming toward them that might make the other change their position. I do see some kind of commitment, investment here. But, I think somebody in this connection is going to have a little fun with it at first. They're like, yeah, I don't know about that. I still want to explore my options. They're kind of testing things here, making them sit and understand what it was like to be in that position for a while. So yeah, it's a little tit for tat here. I have to say it's a little bit petty, but I think it all sorts out in the end. But do look for these dynamics coming through. I think somebody's getting a different view. It looks like it's somebody that's getting a different view, that could only be had if they were put in the position of the one who was like playing the field, stepping out. Okay. Yeah. Looks like a revealing moment.